Welcome to Kiki's Talk Buffet. Let's talk it out.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a look at a really vivid story.
Yeah, it's called Facing Your Fears. We use it to sort of unpack fear itself.
Right, figure out how it works, how it can maybe trick us.
Exactly. And importantly, how understanding it, really looking at it, can, lessen its grip. It's about seeing fear clearly.
Okay, so let's set the scene. We're in a tavern, it's freezing cold outside,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got these men drinking, boasting loudly.
Right, classic bravado. Each one trying to prove they're completely fearless. It's all talk, mostly.
Yeah, that's social pressure, especially in a place like that. You have to seem tough.
Totally.
Yeah.
It often hides the opposite, really.
Mhm.
Deep down, maybe they're not so fearless.
Yeah,
And the drink doesn't help clear thinking.
definitely not. So then comes the challenge. A swordsman, Dichi,
Dichi, yeah. He basically calls their bluff.
pulls out his sword and says, okay, tough guy, take this sword. Go out to the cemetery outside the castle walls and plant it on a grave.
And, cemeteries already have that spooky reputation, especially at night.
Oh, absolutely. He singles out this one young man, Anife. Apparently he was the loudest boaster.
Figures. So the dare escalates things massively. It's not just talk anymore. It's a specific, kind of scary action.
In a scary place. The sword itself even feels significant.
It does. It's like a symbol of the challenge, maybe even of death itself, given the destination.
So Anife, full of booze and pride, takes the bet. 100 gold coins.
Wow. Okay. Big stakes.
But the moment, like the second he steps outside,
Bam. Reality check.
yeah, the cold hits him, the darkness, and instant regret watches over him. He starts thinking about all those ghost stories.
And that's such a key moment, isn't it? The difference
Mhm.
between the warm, loud tavern and the cold, silent reality outside.
His whole motivation just flips. It's not about the money or the pride anymore.
No, it's just get this over with, survive, get back inside.
So he starts walking towards the cemetery, and you can just imagine his fear building with every step.
Oh, yeah. Every gust of wind, every
Yeah.
shadow.
His mind is probably playing tricks on him, conjuring up horrors.
That's what fear does, right? Our brains are prediction machines, and when we're scared, they predict the worst. Fills in the gaps with monsters.
So he's hyper alert, probably jumping at every little sound. All he wants is to get there, stick the sword in, and run.
Total tunnel vision focused on escape.
He finally gets to a grave, takes the sword, probably shaking, and just jams it into the earth.
Okay, task done. Time to go.
But then he tries to stand up to leave, and he can't move.
Oh, no.
He feels stuck, like something or someone is holding him fast.
And in that state of terror.
He doesn't even think to look down. He just panics, screams probably, and then just faints from sheer terror.
His mind immediately jumped to the supernatural explanation. The fear completely took over his rational thought.
It's awful. The next morning, people find him
Dead.
dead,
Well.
lying right there next to the sword he planted.
But what actually held him?
This is the tragic part. When he thrusts the sword into the ground, he'd accidentally pinned the long tail of his own coat to the earth.
Oh, wow. So it was just his coat.
Just his coat. Nothing supernatural, nothing actually holding him, but fabric and his own mistake. He died purely from fright.
That's incredibly potent. It perfectly illustrates what the story calls ignorant fear.
Yeah, explain that bit.
What the story sums it up, saying usually what plunges us into depression or even nails us down is the power of ignorant fear.
Ignorant fear, meaning fear of something you don't understand or haven't actually looked at closely.
Exactly. And it goes on.
Hmm.
As long as we can turn around and see clearly what we are afraid of, you will find that being fearless is actually so easy.
See clearly what we are afraid of. Like, if you just look down.
If he just looked down, he would have seen his coat, pulled the sword out, and walked away.
Mm-mm.
Scared, maybe, but alive.
So the big lesson here, the takeaway for everyone listening, it's that often these huge, terrifying fears,
Yeah.
they shrink or even disappear entirely once you actually face them, once you investigate what's really going on.
Understand the source. Anife's story is a stark warning, isn't it? About letting that unexamined fear just overwhelm you.
It really is. Which brings us to, the final thought for you listening.
What's your cemetery? What fears may be holding you in place?
Right. It might not be a literal graveyard, but what situation or belief feels insurmountable, like it's pinning you down.
And crucially, what might happen if you just took a moment, turned around, metaphorically speaking, and took a really close look at what you think is holding you?
You might find it's just your own coattail.
You might find it's easier to deal with than you think.
Mhm.
Maybe even
Yeah.
easy to be fearless about it.
Every topic's got a taste, so like, share, and subscribe now. Your next plate's coming soon.